The Legend of Zelda for the NES. This was a game that I remember playing at my cousin's house, but he never really cared for it that much since he mostly liked sports games. But I remember loving it an awful lot. It's dangerous to go alone. Take this. So I know, like, a fair amount of, secret areas, so to speak. You know, you have to use your bombs, and the blue candle also helps with that. But obviously we can't afford them because we're poor. We only just started. Link had to start at the bottom. Like all of us do. Oh nice, I got my health back. Yeah, and this game actually had, like, a gold cartridge, which is pretty cool for its time. Some of the NES games I left back then are tough to emulate because Zapper Gun. I guess you can use a mouse, like set up to have mouse controls, but then you'd have to click the mouse a lot. Yep, if you do that, you just, like, save yourself a key. Man, this game had a lot of, tricks that you can use at your disposal. Like, just, like, going in the first dungeon, then you leave immediately, then you come back, and suddenly that door is gone. So you save yourself one extra key, but you can actually buy keys if you don't want to look for every one in a dungeon. Although it's a bit cost prohibitive. So I mean, if you want to do it, knock your socks off. Sounding or Barker Bill's trick shooting? I thought I almost read that as Bob Barker's trick shooting. How do you think he spays and neuters the pets? One official Legend of Zelda 1+2 Game & Watch your friend? I don't think he talked about it. Like, I'm only hearing about it now. Okay, so there's actually a couple things we can get here that's very useful. The first thing is a bow. The second thing is a boomerang. I also forgot to mention my cousin would used to call the compass a piece of meat, even though there was also an item called food, which actually was meat. Oh nice, I got bombs. It's not easy to get them, and not every enemy would have a chance to drop them. Because I remember seeing online... Oh, damn, that was bad. That certain enemies have a chance to drop bombs. Like they're listed in certain tiers, say they're Phantom. And there are other enemies that will not drop bombs at all. So it's actually a good thing I got one of them. I'm actually thinking, instead of just, like, using a key, I'm just gonna go ahead and just bomb my way through from the southern wall. And then I can save the key for another area. I'm getting a bit sloppy here. Oh, I didn't get any hearts. Remember Zelda 1, 2 things on Appleboy's Big Adventure, I want to be the guy with jumping on sword? Usually when I see Zelda, I just think of Zelda. Up! Okay, I got the boomerang and another set of bombs. Okay, that's... Nope, I'm not at full health yet. Alright, guess I gotta, like, go right into Aquamentus' face. There we go. Just have to brute force it. Alright, so now that we got some bombs, let's have a little bit of fun. We can actually take care of something real important right about now. I think I gotta go this way. So we'll just go through this desert where all the P-hats come from. I think there was like some like materials that came with the game that said P-hats were the ghosts of flowers. Appleboy's Big Adventure was just some flash game. I saw it, like pretty much everybody and their grandpa was playing it when it was new. I didn't see the appeal. Take any one you want. Okay. I'll take this. Alright, next thing I want to do, well, since I'm in the general area, I should go get the letter. Guess I can blow this up too. Get some extra rupees. Oh, hi there, Firelord. Good to see you. We're just playing some Legend of Zelda. Got through the first dungeon, so now I just gotta grab the letter that I can use to finally buy potions. I think this wall over here is one where you actually get fined. Like, apparently some old man likes living in a cave-in. I don't know why. But he charges you rupees for opening his door. There we go. Hey there, Sweets Before Bed, good to see you. I used to be a director there. That site's been long dead. I'm gonna take a guess at this one. Hey! But I'm doing pretty well. We're just playing some original Legend of Zelda. Got through the first dungeon already, so I think I'm just gonna go and, ow. I think I'll just go and ow. I should almost have enough for the, white ring, too. website that no one talks about or still remembers? Because almost everybody was using it back then when they were a gaming channel. Nearly everybody had a gaming channel there. Even ones that didn't set it up themselves. That might have been one of the reasons it went down. Oh, hey, Kara, welcome to the show. I didn't even know you were in earlier. So it became a whole, like, controversy of privacy and all that. Okay, if I die here, that's fine. I was gonna head for Dungeon 2, but now that I'm close to affording the white ring, I should go do that. You ever wonder how the Game Grumps got a channel there? You said it, why'd you make it sound like it's a big deal? So what if Game Grumps had a channel there? They probably didn't make it themselves, but they had one. I guess it's also debatable that the white candle should be my next purchase. Because it'll also reveal a lot of secrets as well. Nope, you only needed 5. Which is good. Because I don't have 6. It's a secret to everybody. Don't get that. Otherwise, I'll be wasting rupees. I'm gonna go get the candle first. That should help me reveal other secrets. Now I can go get the Moblin stash. There we go. Trying to remember. Is it this tree? Yes. Oh, I opened the wrong one. Well, that was unfortunate. I'm Error and Nothing More. Yeah, that one from Zelda 2. Did y'all hear about the Zelda movie, which was denied? I mean, they're a bit early to start announcing a Zelda movie now. Like, even after the success of the Mario movie. I'd say we're better off just waiting. Like, maybe give it a year or two, and then probably start announcing a Zelda movie. Maybe 3 to 8 years. That's a bit much, but I can understand if you want to wait that long. Especially since, like, working on these kinds of movies take a long time. Oh hey Anubis, welcome to the show. Well, I'm not eating the Octoroks, but my sword sure is. By the way, we haven't even gotten to the second dungeon. Oh, wait, I'm going the wrong way. Still don't have enough. I think one tree over here could give me some money. Is it this one? I mean, yeah, I did, Joker. I think you were there for it. The VOD's also on the YouTube channel, too. For anybody that didn't see it. Okay, it's none of these trees. Is it this one? You piece of shit! Tree over there gives 100 rupees, Patrick. Why would I go for a tree that gives me 100 rupees? If I have 218 now, that means I only get 40 of them. That wouldn't make any sense. You gotta love games with a hard cap on how many monies you can have at one time. The Lurg. Ah, only 10. Well, at least I didn't lose 20 again. While we're on subject of Zelda, I'm waiting for the release of a new game by devs of Shovel Knight. What kind of game is that? Oh yeah, that randomizer Ancient Dungeon. That was a good one. I mean, it's since been updated since I played it. I'm close to being able to afford the white ring, which ironically is not white. It just makes your tunic white, but it's actually a blue ring. Oh, Mina the Hollower, that one. For a moment there, I thought I was gonna have, like, a near stroke, and you just say, like, speaking of Zelda, here's this non-Zelda game coming out. And I'm like, thank God, that one is kinda close to Zelda. I think that's the cheapest place to get the shield. There we go. Now I got even more hearts. That rupee was convulsing. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking. So, this doesn't feel like a speed run, honestly. I should have just gone for Dungeon 2 ages ago, and I would have been fine with the regular tunic. But I kinda like to be strong now. Boy, this is really expensive. Yeah, I know. Disappear. Take my money.
Ah, life-giving water, nectar of the gods.
I call it see. This is what I get for trying to play this game one-handed. Said everybody playing Dead or Alive volleyball. Good to see you. What's it got the other hand doing? I was just grabbing the water bottle. Like I was holding a controller with one hand, and then just having my drink for the hydration. Because I didn't want to slow down. Hey there, Tim. Aren't doing CV3 one-handed and with Grant? I mean, playing Castlevania 3 with one hand at all. You'd have some issues if you're going to attempt that. Haha! I shorted the man. You're not getting all my money. Hey, get over here. Thank you. Whatever, that's fine. Grant's a risk killer anyway. I'm pretty sure the last time I played Castlevania 3 might have been with Sypha. Could be wrong though, because it was such a long time. Yeah, I guess I should do Dungeon 2 right about now. I think these snakes were called ropes? Or was it ropers? Which is a strange name for a snake. Thought of replaying RESR, I'll do it. RESR rules. Okay, it is rope, thank you. Is this the room where you get the super boomerang? Yes, it is. This boomerang is better because it's blue. Oh, you don't have your SNES Mini controller? Oh, okay. I'm glad I still have two of mine from my actual SNES Mini. Ow! I should be ready for Dodongo. I know there's like a trick that if you actually bomb right next to his face, you'll actually be able to be attacked with the sword. I never really found it that practical, so I just do it the actual way. You can just buy the advanced collection if you really want to. Luckily, Konami just gave me a key for it. Remember, Dodongos are an Ocarina of Time, right? Well, yeah, there was actually a dungeon named after Dodongos. Alright, so we're going to Dungeon 3 now. So I should go southwest. Mostly southwest. Hey! An entire 10 rupees. So my next purchase should probably be the arrows. That's sadly gonna have to wait. What's more popular in terms of Ganondorf design? With thanks to Tears of the Kingdom, human Ganondorf. Because people are, like, too horny. Okay, so if I want the raft, I need to go left. Because I need the raft to get to Dungeon 4. As well as have access to another heart container. Apparently you can actually kill these Dark Nuts with bombs real easily if you're not facing the way they're looking at you. Ow! Damn. I just want to see if I can get another heart. I'm talking about an NES Classic. That was the NES Classic. On a slightly different SNES Classic. I mean, we had no way to mod it. Jeez, you got ripped off. Didn't get what you paid for. There you go. Just kind of face the sides and you're good to go. Hang on, should I be here? Yes, this is where I want to be. Yeah! I love when you can do that. I suppose Rudo could have been a potential waifu. Adult Rudo, hopefully. Otherwise, we'd have some issues. I remember at an SPG event that I was like playing on the SNES Mini with someone there, and they mentioned modding, like also having a SNES Mini, but it was modded. I never really bothered to mod mine, because one, I already have access to some of these games through other means, and two, I'm kind of lazy. You gotta get lucky on bomb placement, I know, right? Like, I've had times where I placed the bomb in the right spot, but Manhandla would just, like, swerve to the side, and then you miss. That's when it gets a little unfortunate. In any case, now that we have arrows, we can actually shoot with our bow. But for some reason, it costs rupees just to shoot an arrow. That's the future EA would have wanted for its, shoot-em-ups. Like, you had to pay $1 per bullet. Imagine if Call of Duty had that. The origin of microtransactions? Well, in-game. Like, game currency transactions. Real transactions was Double Dragon 3 on the arcade. That was a disaster. Oh. I heard there's a little trick that you can use to actually clip through blocks, but I can never master it. That some speedrunners use. Oh, that didn't give me anything at all. Oh, that's right, you even need the stepladder just to get through the dungeon at all. Forgot about this part. These enemies just suck if you don't have the third sword. Back then, I used to call these like sandwiches. But really, they just sandwich you. This is why I didn't want to buy the best shield yet, because they can steal it from you. Also, I forgot to mention this, but earlier today I finally got a new Nightbot command created. For anybody that's wanting a link to the VOD channel for when I put some of these streams up on YouTube. I don't put them up on my main channel, just on the newer one. If you put !YouTube 2, you can find it. And there it is right there. Just in case not everybody knows I have it. I don't know why you started with dungeon level 3 in this game. Maybe you forgot where dungeon 1 was. Ouch! Alright, let's do the Gleeok fight. How was that homebrew McDonald's game? It was okay, but it's really, really short. Alright, now we're in business. I know Dungeon 5 is over to the right, and a little bit up. However, I kind of want to do something else first. So, first thing you want to do is you want to go north, and then you go left, and then you go down, and then you go left. I don't know why it's set up like that, because really you're just going a straight away again. Speaking of homebrewers, maybe check out I Have No Plans to. Unless you're talking to Joker. Yeah, I think it's over here you can get the bracelet. That's what I want next. That's what I needed. So now I can create some shortcuts. Maybe Iron was talking to you? I don't know. Never said any names. So, like, if there's no names being mentioned, how would I even know if it's for me? Anyway, let's just go and get the heart container. Alright, now let's just go down and get another heart container. Alright. That's all the extra heart containers we can get in the whole game. The rest of them are in dungeons. I imagine he lives in an area with a lot of trees. Also, we don't really need to know where everybody lives per se, because I'd rather keep some of that information private, so that people don't get doxxed. Oh yeah, this is where I want to be next, so I can get the big sword. It's just I look after everybody's privacy, that's all.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Oh hey Red, good to see you. Now we got the best sword in the game. Okay, but still, Sweet, try not to be weird about it, okay? Like, try to understand why I take this approach. Oh. That's not the right way. Alright, I'm just gonna time you out for that. Telling me to just move on. Like, no, I'll run my stream however I want. And if you're just gonna argue with me, then there's gonna be issues. I don't tolerate that. Oh, you didn't know about the warp room? You need the bracelet for that, Joker. Okay, so I need to go up to, like, that fork in the road. Ow. Hold on a second. I should try to get at least a total 100 rubies. Because there's actually a bomb capacity upgrade in Dungeon 5 that I'd like to get. And this should give me enough. Excellent. Oh, you checking on something? What are you checking on? The Zelda 2 Let's Play is 13 years old. Yeah, it was a pretty old one. Like, I did that sometime in the fall? It was around after Alundra got finished. This way. As a kid, I found level 5 before I even found level 4. Maybe even level 3. And as expected, I got my ass handed to me because of the blue Dark Nuts. Damn, you trying to give me a lot of bombs, game? There's a remake of MK1, what, Mortal Kombat 1? Well, I wouldn't really say it's a remake, they just call it a reset of the timeline again. It just seems kind of dumb that they keep doing that. If it becomes tiresome, what does? About restarting the MK timeline? Oh, that's what they did. Why does Norton give me the pop-ups when it's in silent mode? Do you not understand what silent mode means? Norn sure as hell doesn't. Yeah, Windows Defender, but I mean, I already spent money on Norton, so I might as well use it. And it's much better than Kaspersky, which Best Buy constantly recommends to me. Even though the last time I had Kaspersky, it slowed down my internet. And when loading Twitch, it crashes the whole computer. Not the browser, the computer. My phone has McAfee that does a virus check every night. I mean, if you do your virus check, you could probably set it, like, what time to use it. Like, probably, like, sometime after you finally go to bed. And then you don't have to worry about it. Or you can set it up with, maybe set it, like, every couple days. If you don't want it every day. Okay, dealing with those Dodongos, don't even bother with it. You can just go this way instead. Back in the day, I used to think those rivers were lava, but they're actually blood. I'm surprised they actually got away with it back in the day. I'll take that. Pola's voices can be easy to take care of if you use an arrow on them. But if you got the magic sword, that's fine too. Because yeah, back then they didn't even call it the Master Sword. Oh, I thought that other one was just stuck. Just stay there. Alright, now for Dig Dogger. It hates certain kinds of sound. And we two-shot it. Kinda wanna go to Dungeon 3. So I figured I'd just tap it twice while facing left. And that sends you to number 3. So other than that, how was everyone else's day? Mine was okay. Work was kind of slow. I thought this whistle originally came from Mario 3, which is wrong. Yeah, it came from this first. This is around the time where Lionels were not so scary. You're doing okay-ish. That's good-ish. I kind of wish I actually bought the bigger shield. But since I'm already here, screw it. I guess we'll just charge right into Dungeon 6. I'll grab myself an extra key. I think after this, I might go to Dungeon 8 next. So I can go get the magic key. So when in college, I'd stop taking classes from full friends because use spyware proctor prompts as respondus. Man, I'm so glad that when I was in college, well, twice, we didn't really have that, spyware kind of shit. Because I imagine that's pretty stressful to deal with. And that's the stuff they put on kids' computer as well. But hey there, Neil. Use a bomb here? No. It's in another room. These are like the worst ones. They started making people use it due to the pandemic. Yeah, I heard about that. When everybody was on, like, e-learning. But it sure as hell wasn't perfect by any means. Oh, there's the map. I think I'll try to get the rod first. Which I should think is to the north. Unless I went the wrong door. No, I don't think I did. I think I need to bomb this one. Okay, there we go. No? There are secrets where fairies don't live. Oh, I think I know where I gotta go. Oh shit, really? Fucking Wizrobe just spawns right on top of ya. It's like it's Dracula all over again. Ah. So that room was no good to me. Oh hey Dino, welcome to the show. I think you're actually supposed to go here to find the staircase that... Oh! Find the staircase that leads to the rod. There we go. Think they'll ever make a Legend of Zelda movie? I think we talked about that earlier, and probably not for a long time. Okay, I think I know which way I need to go. Ow. Now I'm starting to realize that maybe it is a good thing I didn't get the big shield. Because then I could probably have it stolen in this room, even. Mom played this a lot before I was born, apparently our love for Zelda was passed to me somehow. I figured it would, considering that, especially if you watched it as a kid. Like, watch your mom play it a lot, and then you want to try it too. Like, back then, my mom was pretty decent at some video games when I was growing up. And then she had to play, like, some games for me because I wasn't that good at them back then. But now, I'm much better than I was as a kid. Alright, now to face Goma. I already won. Like, whoop! Press the B button once. I want to go Dungeon 4. That is 1. Actually, you know what? That's not that far from where I want to go, because I want to get the big shield now. One of my mom's favorite games is probably Adventure Island 2 or 3. Actually... yeah, I think I'll buy it here. I was looking at the meat, because I might need that for Dungeon 7. But I can get it at a cheaper place for 60 rupees. Instead of the 100 rupees they're going to charge me, which is robbery. And if there's anything I don't like being, is robbed. I still remember when I was living in an apartment building across from here, that I had some clothes in the laundry, and then some fuck decided to take all the clothes that was in there for themselves. And I'm like, excuse me? That was like, in total, about $100, over $100 worth of clothes. It even included, like, an ECW shirt that I got from watching it at the pay-per-view. And a Castlevania Lords of Shadow t-shirt. And that just kind of sucked. Okay, this kind of sucks too. Except now we're fine. But for a while I wasn't. So some of y'all are wondering, Bangaa, why the hell are you, skipping Dungeon 7 and going straight to 8? Well, there's 2 items you can get in this dungeon. One is the book, which just powers up your rod, which isn't that useful. But the other item is the magic key, which gives you unlimited keys. And that's worth getting. Oh, you again. I think it's up and right I gotta go. Ah, damn. I gotta wait. This Goma requires you to hit it, like, more than once with an arrow. Got it. Prefer anything about horror games? To each their own. I'm not big on horror games either, because I'm very sensitive to jump scares. Dangerously good at Duelist of the Roses? Really? Me and my cousin used to try that. Well, it was a different cousin than the one from Zelda 1. And after, like, say, the Rex fight, we just gave up and decided to use Sword Stalker Mirror Wall. Because it was just such a busted combo. Damn, I'm getting lucky with the fairy drops in this. Weevil's not that bad. Rex is where it starts to pick up, because the terrain kind of sucks. Get wrecked, Paul's voice. Oh no, I got kicked out. Oops. That was kind of unfortunate, but we won anyway. I'm big on, like, platformers, RPGs, some beat-em-ups, maybe a handful of fighting games, and puzzlers as well. God damn. That one did not want to go. Your aim in shmups is absolute shit? My aim is not the problem. My problem is trying not to get hit. And if I see any bullets coming at me that's close to the same color as my bullets, then we got problems. I also love how Dungeon 8 has like this map, but you only need to access that many rooms. Like, if you know where you're going, you can just skip, like, half the rooms in the entire dungeon. Which is funny. Excuse me. Okay. I need 17 more rupees. But I need to buy some meat first. We can get some here. One away. Oh, I got it! So I need to go get the meat, and then we can go and head for Dungeon 7. Oh, fairy in case you need it, which I don't. Man, get a new bouncer for your store. You had to jack up the prices so you get no customers because of that damn statue over there. Maybe you should have a more inviting shop. Get more business then. Alright, so... the secret of, like, where fairies don't live is actually the lake that does not have a fairy. I want to think there's a secret over here, too. Or maybe that's only for Quest 2. Okay, out of all the dungeons in the game, I find this one is my least favorite. Because it feels bigger than the others. Much bigger. Okay, I only need to destroy one enemy and then we're all gone. Like bye. Oh! I turn my back to that scumlord. Then there's NPCs that charge you upon entry. Well, good thing I don't have 20 rupees. Come to think of it, at this point in time, I don't need to buy anything else in the entire game. Except for maybe restocking on potions. And that's it. Well, I guess there's a bomb upgrade you can get too, but I think 12 bombs is enough. Let me see if I can find the red candle. There's a secret in the tip of the nose. I'm sure there is. Not here, though. But that's not the nose. So of course there wouldn't be one here. What about when Kaiba tried to make Yugi lose by trying to jump off? Like, what about it? I remember seeing that on the show. But man, that was like really rough for like Yugi's growth, like having to take a loss because of empathy. Must be a Season 0 thing? No, it was Season 1! That was the Duelist Kingdom arc! Oh, this guy again? Oh, did I just take a dumb hit? I ran into the enemy's body while I was, like, playing my jingle. What stupidness. Hey, look at all those keys you don't need. Oh, wait a minute. I'm at the part where I'm definitely gonna need at least 6 bombs. Because there's like a fight with 3 Dodongos, and I have to get rid of them. That's me when I never had meat in a long time. Battle City arc was dark? That was... yeah, it definitely was. Most of what I also remember of the Battle City arc was that a lot of people were thirsty for Bakura and Merrick. Like, that's almost what I see on my Twitter feed often. It's just fan art of those two. Oh, the lag. Okay, we got a bit of a problem. I only have 5 bombs. Make that 4 bombs. Oh, this is where you get the red candle. You choose to forget the Orichalcos arc? Why, was it really bad? Or is it just heart-wrenching to watch? I think for me, when it came to Yu-Gi-Oh!, the capsule part, like the capsule arc, was just kind of bland. You don't go that way. Oh, shit. I think you lay a bomb here. No, you don't. Oh, fuck, it's not here either. Oh, I think I was supposed to go to the upper part and then just blow that up, but I'm short on bombs anyway. I should probably just go back and buy some more. I bet you like to have more bombs. Fuck off, old man. You've known me my whole life. It's like, hey, did you say you were short on bombs? Unpopular opinion with the virtual world arc with Noah Kaiba is interesting for fleshing out certain characters. Fun fact, when I watched that arc, I thought it was based on Legacy of the Duelist because they also had like monsters as marshals or commanders. And I thought deckmasters were that. And sadly it was not. That's a completely different thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and buy some more bombs and try this again later. This amount of bombs is not enough. Someone will copy it and want to get my paws on a copy of Forbidden Memories? I actually have a copy of Forbidden Memories. I haven't played it since my Let's Play of it. But man, that game pretty much forced me to go get 2 more memory cards for PS1. So I can use the dupe glitch. Ah, fuck it, I'll just buy 3 more bombs. Forbidden Memories is your favorite game? I'm glad you enjoyed it. But man, you had to be real lucky for that final stretch. When you had to take on, what, 5 or 6 bosses in a row? No, it's 6 bosses. Definitely 6 bosses. I don't know what they were thinking there. To give you no chance to save in between even half of them. I got the real ache again. I found it weird they were called aches, because I always thought they were keys. The keys was like a later thing. Get me out! Just get me out of this room, because this curse sucks. And there's no foolproof way to deal with the bubbles in this game like there were in other ones. Man, where were those bombs the first time I was in this dungeon? Why are you holding out? That's not cool. What the fuck? That was not the way either. Alright, one moment. BG maps to the rescue. How did I get messed up with trying to explore this dungeon? Yeah, this one's probably the foggiest one for me. Okay, so I gotta find staircase B. Where the fuck is that? Okay, so I was supposed to blow up a wall near where I got the red candle. Okay, I see where I gotta go now. I'm supposed to go down and right. Into the eye. Did this happen to you back in 2019 when you last did it for... I don't remember. I probably had to look up a map, but I don't remember if it was this one. Also, I hate when an opponent had Regeki. I mean, Regeki wasn't that bad. Is if they had, like, Black Skull... Not Black Skull Dragon. Meteor B Dragon immediately. That's when it becomes a problem. Oh, wait a minute. You didn't even have to kill the Dodongos. I only needed the bomb just to actually get out. Okay, that clock actually made things worse. Alright, I'm fumbling a little bit. Yeah, I'm fumbling for somebody that so far is going deathless. Alright. Now I just need to go to the right. I gotta blow that wall up too. And then we gotta deal with Aquamentus again. In 2 hits. Weird how boss 7 is the same as boss 1. Don't know why they did that. I think this way takes me to dungeon... No, this is 7. Oh, this is 1. Well, I kinda needed to go to 1. Hey there, Seelan. Good to see you. Yeah, because I can just go here. How's it going? It's going pretty good. We're on the, final part of Zelda 1. Granted, I know there's a second quest, but we're not doing second quest. Although, if somebody wanted me to play Zelda again for Season 2 of Retro Viewer's Choice, they can suggest the second quest. That's totally fine. The joys of being the creator of a series is that you can pretty much make up whatever rules you want. There, you needed all 8 pieces of the Triforce to even get in here. Hey, here's a key you don't need. There we go. Oh yeah, you can jump to second quest whenever you want. I did that by accident as a kid. Like, I just named it Zelda because it was named Legend of Zelda. And then, lo and behold, I was holding the sword in the save screen. It's like, why are the dungeons different? Like, I thought I had triggered some kind of glitch. I was never able to replicate it again. Until I figured out, oh, that's why it happened. Hey, when they just shoulder barge you like that. Get out of here. Okay, here we go. So I remember there was like a room in the upper right corner that will get you the way to the red ring. And trust me, it's gonna be very valuable to get through the dungeon with it. I think I was able to beat Ganon with the, with only the blue ring, because I didn't know where the red ring was, but it took many tries. Yeah, this is like a mean trick, because the red ring is in a room that's not even on the map. There, now the Wizardrobes will only do, what, half a heart per hit now? Which is still too many, but it's better than a full one. Without any ring upgrades. I mean, it's doable if you played the game a lot. After all, you just get used to it. Go to the next room. Hey there, Lucky. It's good to see you. West 1 or 2? It's a 1. Like, you can tell just by looking at the map. Because second quest actually has the horns instead of just the skull. Now I just need to remember the correct way to get to the silver arrows. I think it was down here, or I should have taken these stairs. I guess we'll see. If I go to the upper left corner, then I know I'm in the right way. Come here! Come here! Wow, I did that one hitless. Yeah, I think it's this set of stairs you're supposed to take. Ah, couldn't give me any money, you cheap ass. Oh, I have bombs. What am I doing in this room? It's this set of stairs you need to take. Oh my Christ. Good thing I still have 2 potions. That I've had for a long time. Good thing they don't have an expiration date. German dinner, yo, that sounds pretty dope. Yeah, German potato salad is usually, what, a warm salad? And they have it like mustard instead of mayo? Usually? That sounds real dope. I'm not a fan of like cold salads in general, because I find that more often than not they're mayo-based and therefore they get real creamy and mushy. Like, if I'm gonna have a salad, at least let it be kind of fresh. And have a nice bit of texture to it instead of just mashed potatoes, but worse. Okay, I like this setup of blue Wizrobes because they just keep doing this. Because they're inept. Wondering if this is the way I gotta go. I think so? But you gotta go bomb the left wall. If I remember correctly. That leads to another room with stairs. Ganon sure as hell loved stairs in his dungeon. It's like his ideal room is just like gray and lots of stairs. There we go. Alright. Just to be on the safe side, I am just gonna go ahead and, drink this now. And I'll get my silver arrows ready. Oh, whoa, what did you stab me for? I like how Ganon just does random poses when you hit him. I forgot this game has so much flashing. I win. Took under 2 hours. Thanks, Link. You're the hero of Hyrule. Let's hold up the triangles.
Game over, yeah!
Finally, peace returns to Hyrule. This ends the story. So yeah, now when you like get back to the title screen, it just sends you right to second quest. Or you can just type in Zelda. That works too.